It is finally that time of year to start predicting for the 2022 season. And of course, this is your chance to get involved in the Audience Prediction Championship by following that link that is in the top line of the description. So without further ado, let us jump on into my Bahrain Grand Prix predictions for this, round number 1 of the 2022 season. Now, how exactly is this series going to run? So by following that link in the top line of the description, you'll be asked for your top 5 for qualifying, your top 5 for the race, your driver of the day, and one bold statement encompassing any portion of the Grand Prix. Now, I have made a video explaining some minor changes to this series, which I'll pop in a card in the corner. Now, there is going to be, of course, some scoring for each of these questions. For the top 5 for qualifying, you will receive 2 points if the driver is in the correct position, and 1 point if they are in the top 5 but not in the correct position. Then for the top 5 for the Grand Prix, you will receive 3 points if they are in the correct position, and then 1 if they are within the top 5 but not in the correct position. Driver of the day, you will just receive 1 bonus point. And with the bold statement, you'll be asked to identify whether it is a low risk statement, which will be rewarded with 2 points, a medium risk statement, which will be rewarded 5, or a high risk statement, which will be rewarded 10 points. And then finally, the big change for this year, you'll be asked whether you want to boost your score. Now, you get 5 chances this year to run the boost, and this boost will double your tally at the end of the weekend. Now, if you're feeling brave, you will use the boost for round number 1, or if you want to save it for perhaps a slightly more boring Grand Prix, like maybe even Monaco, then by all means do that. You get 5 chances to use this boost. Now, if you are a long-standing member of this channel and you remember this series running last year, you will know that you would have been able to make as many submissions as you like before the start of Q1 or the qualifying session on Saturday. However, I have changed that. You are now only allowed to make 1 submission to this link. You can still wait all the way until the start of qualifying if you like, so if you want to wait until practice 1, 2 and 3 are all done and dusted to get a better feel for what the actual pecking order for that weekend will be, then by all means do so. And remember that all of these top 5s are pre-penalty, so please do ignore any incoming grid penalties or any race penalties that happen. These are all going to be taken pre-penalty. I'll leave a full list of the rules in the description down below for you to read, or if you have any direct questions, then please let me know in the comments down below, and I will do my best to answer them. But make sure to get involved by following that link in the top line of the description. I will also leave the database link available as well, so you can check what you have predicted, as well as what other people in the audience have predicted too. But with that all done and dusted, we'll now go over my predictions for this weekend's Bahrain Grand Prix and my entry into the Audience Prediction Championship. And for starters, I am not going to be boosting at round number 1. But taking a look at my qualifying top 5, for pole position number 1, I've gone for Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari. And for P2, lining up alongside him, I've gone for Lando Norris in the McLaren. I've then taken a bit of a stab in the dark and gone for Max Verstappen, the reigning world champion, to land in P3, with Carlos Sainz in the other Ferrari in P4, and Lewis Hamilton in P5. And honestly, I have no idea if this is going to be accurate. Based on testing results, probably not, but we know how false testing can really be. Are Red Bull actually going to be 7 tenths quicker than everybody else? I highly doubt it. Are Ferrari going to be the quickest? Who knows? Could it even be McLaren? Or Haas? It could even be Haas. Who knows? But from my qualifying top 5, I will now delve on in to my race top 5, which sees Carlos Sainz in the Ferrari taking his first Grand Prix victory, followed by Charles Leclerc, a Ferrari 1-2 at round number 1, with Max Verstappen completing the podium, George Russell in P4 and Lewis Hamilton in P5. With the driver of the day for round number 1 going to George Russell. Now, exactly what have I predicted for the Bahrain Grand Prix? It is going to be a mad race. That is exactly what I'm expecting. The midfield is going to be so uber close, with people scoring points all over the place, and the battle for the lead will be supreme. Now, I do personally feel that Ferrari are going to hit the ground running this year and actually be very competitive from the offset. However, I feel once teams like Mercedes, Red Bull and McLaren actually get on top of their bouncing issues that they're currently suffering with, they may end up overtaking Ferrari in the development stages. As right now, in this current moment in time, it is this bouncing that is the limiting factor of every team on the grid. But once they get on top of this bouncing issue, who knows where the real performance ceiling lies of each of these design concepts. So definitely for the first few races, it is going to be a race for every single team to get on top of this bouncing issue. But with the qualifying and the race top 5 all done and dusted, we'll now go into my bold statement, which is going to be a medium risk statement that Alfa Romeo will score with both of their cars. Now, if this statement is to come true, I will receive 5 bonus points for a medium risk statement. And there we go, there are my predictions all done and dusted for round number 1 of 2022. It has been so long since we've had a Formula 1 race, and it is going to be absolutely mega to see these brand new cars flying around the Bahrain circuit. Who do you think is going to win round number 1 of Bahrain? Make sure to get involved using that link in the top line of the description, and check out all of the rules that are in the description down below as well. If you do have any questions, then please let me know in the comments down below, and I'll do my best to answer them. And as always, if you want to support the channel financially, there is the option to become a member of this YouTube channel to gain access to exclusive perks and also emojis to use in the chat below. Or if you want to have access to videos 24 hours early, then I do have a Patreon. There is also a link to that in the description down below. Thank you very much to Elliot Crosson, who is still supporting here over on Patreon. But that is all I've got for you today, guys. I hope you have enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next episode with whatever and whenever I decide to make it. I'll see you guys then.